Alrighty, so it is July 20th on a Monday, and it is officially the first day of 2020's reading rush. So I decided just to jump around with the prompts, because there was one book that I really wanted to read first that had been on the TBR for the reading rush, and that was the book for the first book that you touch, and that ended up being The Boy Who Sneaks in My Bedroom Window by Kirsty Mosley. This is one of my all-time favorites. I actually found this book originally online, and I read it online for the first time. I think I was like 12 or 13. I still didn't have a phone or any real way to access the internet other than my DS. So, they had just come out with those DSs where you could access the internet and look stuff up. But I was just looking for books to read. I was bored, and my library had been closed at the time for remodeling or whatever. So I would just find books online, and that's how I found this book. And it just always stuck with me, and I finally got a physical copy when I was a freshman. So I always keep this book because it's just really sentimental to me, and I'm really enjoying my reread of this, and I don't think I realized the last few times that I've read it that it actually does not take place in America. I was not realizing this until I was noticing how they talk and some of the slang that they use. It's not American slang, and it's not even late 90s, early 90s slang for America either. It's European slang, which is really cool. I've never noticed that, but I'm really enjoying it. But you can tell when this book is set the late, early 90s because of some of their fashion choices. But I'm not complaining. It works for the story really well. And this book is actually following the main character, Amber, as she goes through, I think it's her junior year of high school, junior or sophomore year of high school, because she's 16, dealing with the trauma that was put on her by her father, and all of the stuff that she's gone through life then. And of course, since it's YA, they had to spice it up with some enemies to lovers romance. So she's dealing with not only physical emotions and trauma, but she's dealing with the emotions she has for her brother's best friend. And I think it's really sweet, and the title makes it sound really weird. But in the synopsis, it talks about how when she was 8 years old, there was one night where her brother's best friend, whose room is literally right across from them, so they can see each other, he saw her in her room crying, snuck out of his window, since they're both on the first floor, walked across, and just kind of accidentally fell asleep while comforting her, and it just became a habit for 8 years. It's not something talked about, it just kind of happened. And so that's where some of their emotions progress from, and nobody knows that they're actually doing this. But yeah, it's a really sweet story. It's got a lot to it. I actually started it this morning since my sleep schedule is all kinds of funkadelic right now. And I woke up at midnight, and I started reading it at 3:30 this morning, and I read till 5:30, went back to sleep, and then was just reading a little bit ago. So I'm currently now on page 102, so I'm already almost halfway through it, and a lot of the book is them dealing with the relationship, but there is more to it that comes on here in the upcoming chapters, and I'm really excited to share with you guys how I feel about this book. But right now I'm just outside, and I'm going to be reading and eating my lunch while my brother's in the pool swimming. So I will update you guys here later on exactly my thoughts for this book. Alright, so it is about 5 o'clock at night, same day, obviously Monday. have just about 90-ish pages left in here, which is actually really easy to say considering it's only 242 pages. It is a short book, but it takes me a while to read because of the way it's formatted. There's a lot on each page, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding that I remembered a majority of the plot cohesively, but some of like the major plot points that caused other things I didn't remember, but I remembered the stuff it caused. I don't know how I do that, but I did. But anyways, I am going to finish this one tonight. I'm actually going to start A Tale of Two Cities because I'm listening to the audiobook of it. That book follows the prompt for read a book from a genre you would like to read more of, so I'm trying to read more classics. So I'm going to listen to the audiobook of A Tale of Two Cities every day throughout the reading rush, just because I'm still not used to classics, so it's gonna be nice just a little bit at a time. I'm going to actually go and do some dishes, but I'm going to listen to the audiobook while I'm doing like normal everyday stuff like dishes and cooking and stuff like that. So not only will I be like reading this, it's been a long time since I've read more than one book at a time, so this is going to be interesting. I will let you guys know my final thoughts on this once I finish it, because this is the next time I plan to update you guys, and I will also update you on what I've listened to in A Tale of Two Cities when I finish this one. And I hope you guys did not just notice me bash my face with my book by accident. Alright, I will update you guys here later once I finish this book. Alright, so it is 9:30. Sorry for that beeping. Still have to change the batteries in my smoke detectors. But anyways, I just finished The Boy Who Sneaks in My Bedroom Window by Christy Mosley. I love it every time I read it. I admit it could have used a lot of work in the aspect of like grammar and making the plot completely cohesive altogether, but it did a really good job of bringing the story together, developing characters, and just having you hooked, especially because it did start and originate on Wattpad, which I don't bring up a lot, but yeah, this book started off on Wattpad before it was published. Anyways, so I am going to go to bed. I'm not gonna start another book tonight. I did listen to about 25-ish minutes of A Tale of Two Cities, and I can say with complete and utter honesty that I am lost. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I don't know any of the characters' names. I just know that some guy got a letter inviting him to go somewhere, but he's not because he's going to Paris? I think it's Paris. And that's it, and I'm on the 4th chapter, and that's all I know. So, I mean, I might be a little too adjusted to young adults to like, because I expect so much within the first 4 chapters. But yeah, I completely lost. They talk really weird in the audiobook of A Tale of Two Cities. It's not bad, it's just I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I give The Boy Who Sneaks in My Bedroom Window about like maybe a 3.5, 4 stars. Not below a 3.5. Definitely not. I really enjoyed myself. I had fun reading it, and I would definitely suggest it to people who are looking for a quick read and heavy on the romance, because it is mainly focused on the romance between Amber and Liam. So I highly suggest going and reading it. It's so good. I will leave a link to where you can buy the book in the description below if I can find it. I know this is an old book, well, not old, but was not popular, so it's harder to find a copy. I still have mine from like 2017, maybe 2018. I think it was 2018. But I was gonna get rid of this one, but I can't, because you can't really get it very many places. So I will leave a link to it in the description below if I can find it. I will definitely let you guys know what book I end up picking up tomorrow in the morning. But for now, I'm going to get ready for bed and head to sleep so I can start reading the next book in the morning. I'm not sure if I'm going to read The Wicked King or Zenith first. I might even just read My Oxford Year because it's a romance too, but it's not really a YA romance, so I'm gonna try and read a YA next. Yep, I will talk to you guys in the morning. Alrighty guys, good morning. Please ignore that garbage bag back there. I gotta take that out. And that one, that's going to donation. That's got clothes and stuff in it. Anyways, so it is Tuesday, it's noon. Still have yet to change the batteries in my smoke detector. Oh well, but today's book that I am going to be trying to get through for this year's reading rush is My Oxford Year by Julia Wellen. This one is for the prompt of read a book that takes place on a different continent than the one you are on. So I am in America. This one takes place in Europe, and I don't know much about it. I have a theory that it's gonna be like, since she's in college, meets her professor like before she starts there, and then some sort of relationship starts in there, and then she finds out he's her professor. And because it says on the back, American Ella Duran has had the same plan for her life since she was 13, study at Oxford. At 24, she finally made it to England on a Rhodes Scholarship when she's offered an unbelievable position in a rising political star's presidential campaign. With the promise that she'll work remotely and return to DC at the end of her Oxford year, she's free to enjoy her once-in-a-lifetime experience. That is until a smart-mouthed local who's too quick with his tongue and his car ruins her shirt and her first day. When Ella discovers that her English literature course will be taught by none other than the same local Jamie Davenport, she thinks for the first time that Oxford might not be all she's envisioned. But a late-night drink reveals a connection she wasn't anticipating, and what begins as a casual fling soon develops into something much more when Ella learns Jamie has a life-changing secret. Ella is faced with a seemingly impossible decision, turning her back on the man she's falling in love with to follow her political dreams or be there for him during a trial neither are truly prepared for. As the end of the year in Oxford rapidly approaches, Ella must decide if the dream she's always wanted are the same ones she's now yearning for. So yeah, that's all I know. So I'm suspecting some and a lot of romance, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. I can't say much right now. Sorry, I'm still like really tired. My sleep schedule is so screwed up. But I can't expect a lot from this, but I'm hoping that I enjoy it because it seems really good, and this book was actually recommended, and I actually bought it because of Sasha Alsberg. She said it was one of her favorite books, and the way she talked about it made me want to read it. So I will let you guys know in a little bit how it is going. So it is about 2 o'clock. I have read the first 100 or so pages. I'm on like page 108. I'm more awake now, but I'm forming a really bad headache. And it's not lack of water, because this is my 3rd thing of water today, and I think it's just air pressure because it's raining here. So there's that. I'm really enjoying the romance in this. I thought it was going to be more of a enemies to lovers, but it's not. Like, he's a genuinely good guy, and I'm very curious to know what's going on with his parents, because that's a whole thing that they brought up in the book, and I'm very curious with it. And I like how the main character is forced to explore herself more, because her entire life since she was 13 is just focused on academics to push herself forward to be able to go to Oxford, and now that she's there, their structure is almost completely non-existent in the kinds of classes that she's in and all that, and so she doesn't know how to cope with that, and she's kind of feeling lost, and she has to deal with that and what it makes her feel and do and all of that, on top of working for the person in the book who's supposed to be running for the next president of America. Not real, by the way. All of it is fictional. Completely. But I find this to be very intriguing. And I have absolutely no idea where it is gonna go from here. I usually do not read more contemporary books, but this is feeling like a more contemporary work, and I'm not minding it. I'm just so used to fantasy that this is so sweet and simple, and it worries me. But I thought I should just like update you guys, considering I'd already read the first 100 pages. My cat just bit me. Why did you bite me? Bad. I was petting you too. Yeah. Anyways, I will update you guys later once I've read some more of this. I've actually read 100 pages, a decent chunk of this book. What? Okay, I will update you guys here later. I think I'm gonna go eat something, see if that helps, and put on some hemp lotion around my temples to alleviate some of the tension. It is 8:30, and I actually just finished my Oxford year. I was laughing so much to start in the start of this book, and by the middle I was tearing up just a bit, but it still has so much humor in it, so I was laughing and just like, oh no, I'm not gonna like sob at the end. I sobbed. It's such a sweet story, and I'm now remembering why I stay away from contemporary romance. I sob uncontrollably, and I can't change that. Like, it's such a good ending, but I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to sob. I can't even say why I'm crying because it'll spoil the book. It's just, each character has so much personal growth. There's a lot of poetic devices in here, and it's really amazing, and it makes me want the kind of love story that this is. Not like completely, but like how they feel about each other, I wish I had that. And it is so good. The only thing I had that bumped it down from a 5-star read to a 4-star read was I didn't feel that emotional connection with the main character, which is alright. Like, it's still an amazing book, and I still definitely recommend it. I gave it 4 stars out of 5 on Goodreads. I definitely recommend reading it. I'm struggling. I'm sorry. But yeah, I am not going to vlog tomorrow. I'm just going to read the books that I have set out, because I am just going to include the rest of what I read and my ratings and stuff for them and reviews all in my 2020 reading rush wrap up on Monday. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be updating my progress for the reading rush and all the other books I read for the rest of this year on both my Bookstagram and my Book Talk. I will try and link those in the description and put my TikTok name down there for you guys if you want to see more on the books I read and some book opinions that have not made it onto this channel yet. But yeah, I will see you guys on Monday. I hope you guys are having a good time with your reading rush, and I hope you're enjoying this year's reading rush content from not just me but other booktubers as well. There is a lot to come, and I'm very excited for the books I have left